Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to a new video. It's been a while, but we're not gonna be doing an RTA video this time. We're gonna be doing an analysis video. Sort of like what I do with like these Cleave tier lists, or like these what to watch out for as a cleaver, stuff like that. This time, this time we're gonna be talking about the Zeo trap. Right now, Zeo Cleave is like one of its in its best spot ever in a very long time. I think the last time Zeo Cleave was good was back when what's her name? Green Euphine was running around, and there was no Karinas, there was no Landies, Abyssal Euphine, stuff like that, Ocean Breezes to ruin it. It was only really Aiden. I mean, there was some Karinas, but Euphine can deal with Karina. But that Cleave at the time was really strong too. And I think now with all these new Zeo follow-ups, it's gone pretty oppressive for most players. So their response to beating a Zeo team is essentially the Zeo trap. And if you don't know what that is, I'll demonstrate it real fast. But essentially it's you force the Zeo to attack a landmine, whether it's S3 or S1. And after that, the landmine pushes up CR to cut the rest of the Zeo team, even if they have bridges. So, for example, I'm pretty sure I played a match just now where I played anti-Zeo. Right? Yeah, like this, for example. So the Zeo was forced to hit either my Christie or G-Perk, which pushed up my Flitty higher than their Jacko, even with 2 imprints. Because Flitty either pushes up 18 or 20 CR depending on who he attacks, and Jacko pushes up 30. But the problem is that Jacko is not fast enough to cut Flitty. Jackos are usually 220, 230 speed, unless your Jacko is designed for anti-Zeo traps, like how mine is. Then the Jacko is never gonna cut, ever. Because my Flitty is 294, she's 304 with Rowana, there's just no chance. And we can even do the math too. So on this draft, right, I'll bring out my calculator real fast. Right, so yeah, put this on. So my Flitty's 304 with Rowana here. And let's say she hits, or the Zeo hits the G-Perk. So times 100, and then you divide it by the amount of CR that you get, but you just subtract it from 100. So in this case, it would be, so what's 100 minus 18? 82, right? Oops, 82. So my Flitty pushes up to 370 speed, essentially. Now, let's say the Jacko was I don't know, 240 with these 2 imprints. 240 times 100 divided by 70, right? Because she gets 30 CR. Not enough. Let's say she was 250 times 100 divided by 70. Not enough. Let's say she was 260. Well, mine was what, 370, right? So she needs to cut 370. So let's say she was 260. 260 Jacko. Oops. Divided by 70. That will be enough, barely, by 1 speed, if you had a 260 Jacko with these 2 imprints. But again, you can only make your Jacko so fast and still keep your damage, right? So for the most part, this trap team works pretty well against most cleavers. But yeah, you kind of need some pretty insane speed gear, I guess. But you only really need to make 2 openers to make the anti-Zeo trap work. But yeah, I'll demonstrate it again here, an actual mock battle. I have my friend's account here, so we'll just demonstrate it here so you can kind of visualize it. If you already know how the trap team works, then you can kind of just skip this. You don't really need to watch this video. Yeah. I'm gonna be talking about how to counter the trap team from a Cleaver point of view. Not because you can always pivot away and pick like Ed, Candy, Rylet, stuff like that to sort of just solo the team. But that's not really what a Cleaver does. So, yeah. I was supposed to give them first pick. Oops. Let me do this again. Oopsies. Yeah, we'll give them first pick. Because I want to talk about a cool draft tech with my specific trap team in general. So, if they're first pick, right? And they take Zeo from you, because a lot of Cleavers or a lot of standard players, if they see my pre-bans, which is Bellion and Aufine, they're assuming I'm cleaving. So they take Zeo from me. So, like that. Now, with this, I respond with Flitty and Veronica. This sets me up for 2 routes. The first route is if they commit to Cleave and start imprinting down, because they have to, right? I'm playing Flitty plus Veronica. Then I play the trap. So let's say they go Ran, right? So like, let's say they pick Sid here, then I'll just play the trap. However, if they take something like an Eowig here, or they take like a Politis here, or they take like a Jacko here, right? I'm racing that 100%. Because they're giving up imprints after 3 picks. I'm going to be up by like 2 imprints at this point. So I'm guaranteed to pretty much take the turn first. What's it called? Even the Zeo. I'm pretty confident I can outspeed Zeos as well, because most Zeos in high imp, they're tuned slower than their Ran because they don't want to get trapped, right? So if they bluff that, then your Flitty can just essentially outspeed Zeos and you just win for free. So yeah, let's say in this scenario they take the imprint here, so I'm like, okay, I'll just take my trap. So we'll take the G-Perk here, and then we'll take the Christie. So this is essentially the exact same draft as last time. And then they just keep committing. Let's say they go like Eowig and they go like Rowana, because that's a pretty common Cleave team to deal with something like this, or at least try to deal with something like this. And then we'll just take Landy last, because that's my last DPS. And then we'll ban the Rowana, I guess, and then they can ban, I don't even know, like Christie, I guess. Doesn't matter. No matter what they ban, you pretty much win this game. Because the Zeo is forced to attack the G-Perk here, right? So S3 is the G-Perk. And this is going to push up my Flitty above the Ran. So I can S2, S3, Veronica goes, Landy goes, GG, right? So we can... I guess we can bomb the Zeo, I guess? Doesn't really matter. So I'll just kill him here. And then Flitty can reset the Ran. And then Landy can push up the G-Perk here. Right, and then G-Perk can just kill the Eowig. And then Sid can't really do much by himself. Right, I have skill nulls, it's just GG. So that's essentially the trap. A successful Zeo trap. Now, I'm going to talk about how to actually beat Zeo traps now. So, you just saw 2 units there, G-Perk and Christie. They're both essentially the same thing, they just push up units. That's their job. But there's also Aiden. Now, Aiden is designed to push up while also one-tapping the Cleave team. You can either go at like a 260 Aiden, or you can build a 190 destruction full damage Aiden to just one-tap the Cleave team for free. Which I think is more popular, going the damage build. At least in my experience. But my Aiden's designed for speed. So yeah. Up to you. Essentially, you want to make your bridges. So in my case, Jacko is one of my bridges. Pretty much be speed tuned to outspeed their openers. So for example, when I want to beat a G-Perk trap, I pick Jacko, Politis, Rowana as my bridges with Zio Ran. And if we do a calculation on that, let's get 242 here, right? And then she cuts 30%, so it's divided by 70. So she cuts 345 speed, essentially. Now, let's say they have a 310 Lua. You know, like some godlike Lua, right? And then, because of Politis, she only pushes up 9% with G-Perk. So G-Perk pushes 18, Politis cuts that in half, so it becomes 9%. She doesn't cut enough. It's only 340, not 345. So Jacko can take the turn, kill the G-Perk, and then kill the Stenny, and then they essentially lose all their DPS, right? At that point. And that's the great thing about having a Jacko speed tune like this to deal with G-Perk. We can do the same thing about my Christie, or not my Christie, my Charlotte, sorry. My Charlotte's 251, we do the exact same thing. So she's gonna cut 40%, right? Because of the, what's her name? Caesarea. So she first pushes 25, so we'll do divide by 75 here. So she's 334, and then she pushes another 15. Oh, I did that wrong. What the heck? Oops. Whoa. 334 times 100 divided by 15. Wait, am I doing something wrong? Am I dumb? 251 times 100 divided by 75. Right, 334 times 100 divided by 50. Wait, that's not right. Wait, I think I'm doing this calculation wrong. 251. Wait, no, I'm doing it wrong. My bad. 251 times 100 divided by 60. There you go. Okay, that's the right number. So she becomes 418 speed. Because you just add the two CRs together. So it becomes 418. And let's say they have a, I don't know, another 310 Lua times 100 and then divided by 80 because she gets 20% CR from Christie, right? Not enough. So Christie or Charlotte will take I don't know why I keep saying Christie. Charlotte's gonna take the turn. She can soul burn twice. If there's an Aiden, you can hit the Aiden if you have Briggs Artifact and you win the 50-50 essentially. Great. She dies. Everyone dies. Stenny dies. Good days, right? So that's the other way. But that doesn't work versus G-Perk. Only works versus Christie and Aiden. So I'm just gonna be demonstrating both of those teams essentially. So yeah, I am talking a lot, so my voice is dying. But anything from my cleavers out there, you know? Okay. So we ready up here? So yeah, let's say they start Lua again. We take the Zio plus Ran. Now we're gonna demonstrate doing an Aiden version. So let's say take Aiden here, right? Aiden plus Stenny. Now, the best way to deal with a Stenny is running your Rowana on prot set. We're gonna pretend the Rowana's on prot set for this video. Just pretend I have prot set gear, pretend I'm a dirty non-wyvern farmer, and I have like fat shields on everybody. So that'll make it so that Aiden can't one-tap anything. So that's one counter to Aiden. And then we essentially just draft the other two counters to Aiden, which is Sunbreak Charlotte and Caesarea. They still need to go another anchor, so let's say G-Perk, and then they have to go Ellie Ghost, right? Or like something similar, another guy in light unit. And then we just take Caesarea here. And then we'll just ban G-Perk. They can ban. It doesn't really matter what they ban. Let's just say they ban like Rand this time or something. Like I said, it doesn't really matter. In case he thinks my Rand's faster. So just pretend I'm on prot set. So we just S1 for free, right? He counters, but it's fine. I missed twice, which is kind of unfortunate, but like it's not that big of a deal. And I prot set, so everybody lives. Just pretend. We just pretend out here. We don't want to actually S3 this because we missed Aiden twice, right? So we just want to S1 here. We can kill the Lua, I guess. Or be close to killing it. And this is essentially just nuke. Yeah. We hit Aiden there that time, but like, we missed the first 2 times, which is pretty unlucky because it's only a 25% chance of it happening. But we land the 3rd time, and then we just bomb, and then they all die. So that's versus the Aiden. Like, even if that was a full damage Aiden, my Rowana will be on prot set, so nothing dies there. We're just pretending, right? Now, we're gonna demonstrate the Christie version, which is essentially the exact same thing. So we'll take the Zeo again. He doesn't actually have a Christie, but we'll just pretend. We'll take Lua here, and then we take Christie. And I'll take Rand here. And I will take the Charlotte again, because we know we're going to want to trap the Christie. And they essentially just go the same thing. Like, you don't care about the stealth units at all if you're playing against anti-Zeo. You care about what anchors they're picking, and you want to draft your draft around versus that one anchor. So let's just say they go another stealth unit here, like Ellie Ghost, and they go G-Perg. Oh wait, I'm picking. Oops. So yeah, Caesarea again. It's essentially the same thing. Now, the great reason why this is going to be even better in 2 days, when you're seeing this video, is because Rowana is getting buffed. She's going to be able to dispel immunities now. Or dispel 1 buff. So it's pretty much going to be immunity. And they gave a damage increase to her S3, so she can actually dispel barriers first with just the pure damage from her S3, and then she dispels the immunity. So even if Christie's on Bastion of Perlucia, it's not going to be enough for Rowana. She's going to just absolutely destroy anti-Zeo teams now. So that's why Rowana is almost always a force ban against trap teams. It's either that or Ran usually. And then for him, we'll just take G-Perg, yeah. So we'll just ban G-Perg. Like I said, this team doesn't really work versus G-Perg, only Rowana. But they could just ban Rowana again. Like, let's just say they ban Rowana here, right? Now, we're going to take a look at the CR here. So notice the CR on Charlotte. So she's 76. Now plus 40, that's 116. Lua 88 plus 20 is only 108. So if I S1 here, I'm going to cut above. Like, let's say the Lua pushed up here, right? From Christie's passive. It's not going to be enough. Because I get 40% CR. So Christie's guaranteed to take another turn. Or Charlotte. And then you can soul burn this, blow up the rest of the team, and then it's over. Just like that. So, not even... even having a Christie is not enough for Charlotte plus Caesarea for them to cut. Now, let me switch my display again. It's just BlueStacks. I don't need the calculator anymore. Okay. Now, the last anti-Zeo team, it's a little bit different. It's not the same as usual. It's just running Jacko versus G-Perg. So yeah. Let's take Leo again. And then they take the Lua plus Steny, you know, same old standard. And then we take Ran. And then we're gonna take Politis because we're anticipating them to trap us, right? Because we see two stealth units, so it's a 100% a trap. So there's the G-Perk here, and there's the Christie. And then obviously his G-Perk isn't built, but we can just use math to figure out how much they're gonna push, and we're gonna figure out it's not enough. So Jacko here, and then Rowana here. Rowana has to be the ban, because Rowana destroys G-Perk teams. And then they will take the Ellie Ghost again. You know, it's just the same old draft. And then we ban Christie because we want to fight against the G-Perk, because we drafted around to fight the G-Perk. And they're just going to ban the Rowana, obviously, because they have to. It's a G-Perk. And we're going to put the Zeo in the back, so we have a higher chance of landing one debuff. So as you can see, if you look at the CR here, Lua only pushes up 9%, right? So she'll be at 100% exactly, while my Jacko pushes up to 103. So it's not enough. So we see that, and then she cuts, and then Jacko goes, and then Jacko kills this, pushes up my Ran even higher. So the Lua, even if she gets another 9% cut, it's not enough. And if you look at this now, we can see that Steny's revealed, because, like I said, they're drafting 3 stealth units, so we just kill the Steny, soulburn this, so we guarantee stun, or not. Or not, okay, whatever, it's fine. I guess ER Steny. We just burn this. I mean, Steny dies, but Eligos can't really do much by himself. Especially now, okay, Justice, right? RNL. But yeah. It would have been fine even if we did RNL. Because Eligos is only a single target damage dealer, he can't kill all 4 in time. But yeah. That's essentially the draft versus anti-Zeo. There are ways around it as well. You can have a really fast flitty. You can pick stuff like some really weird people pick like Ed Anchor, which could work, but essentially breaks the Zeo trap, so it's not really a Zeo trap. I guess it kinda is, but not at the same time. Because Ed's not really a landmine for Zeo, because Zeo can just S1 the Ed and not proc anything. But I know Asscat's a pretty not that common, but Asscat's picked sometimes. But that'll be like another video, because it's mainly just G-Perk, Aiden, and Christie. The other way to beat Christie, obviously, is just having a really fat effectiveness Zeo to just debuff the Christie, therefore she doesn't get the push. So my Zeo obviously can't do that. I'm assuming most people's Zeos can't do that. But if you have like a 250 effectiveness Zeo, you can try it and then test your luck. But my Zeo's on this hybrid F/damage build, because I kind of like him on damage for all the takedown teams that are running around right now. But yeah. The other thing is running a really fast Eowig. Now I know Kana likes to do this, where he runs a 260 or 270 Eowig. Essentially takes the role of Jacko, where you just take the turn as Eowig and blow everything up. But that's a lot harder to do, and it kind of restricts your Eowig to only being used versus trap teams. That's unfortunately, because I like using Eowig for regular teams because he's such a godlike unit. But if I restrict him to only trap teams, then I kind of lose a lot of his value, because he's good versus he's just good in general, right? But yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything else. I'm trying to think of any other tech that's out there. I guess I can show you why Rowana is so broken versus trap teams. This will be the last thing, I guess. I'll just make the room one more time. Like, you have to ban Rowana a lot of the times in trap teams, because she's like your escape card, essentially. So, especially with the buff that she's getting, like I mentioned earlier, right? So, Rowana, she pushes back the CR that Jeeper gains, which is like insane. So let's say they take Lua, right? And she also resets too, so they're essentially useless. It's crazy. And we'll take Zeo Ran again. And then they take the Steny plus G-Berg. And then we'll just, you know, we see a G-Berg, we're gonna draft our entire draft around it. So Politis plus Jacko, right? These four can deal with the G-Berg. They had to take another stealth here. So let's say Eligos again, and then they have to take another anchor, let's say Aiden. Just take Rowana here, and we just ban the... Where's my Rowana? What the heck? Oops. There she is. Let me ban Aiden. Now let's say they ban the Politis this time, right? Doesn't really matter. Now, this is crazy because now Rowana's through. Even with an 18% CR cut, it's not enough for Rowana, ever. Because Rowana, when she pushes up, she's already at like 20%. So she just gains like an extra. She gains 100, but she's already at 20%. So it's essentially like 120%, essentially here. And with Lua here, with 18, it's like 110, I think. It's not enough, because Rowana's at 120 right now. So even if I S3 this G-Perk, Rowana takes the turn, right? And now this will push back the CR that G-Perk gives, as well as resetting them. And Jacko goes, and it's even more over. Like, we can just do this. We can kill the G-Perk again. And then we can get Chip on this Lua. I mean, I crit, but it really doesn't matter. Because they're stunned, right? They can't do anything. And then he just S2s, S3s, and everything dies. So you cannot let Rowana through. Ever. Especially after her buff. So yeah, if you're struggling with anti-Zeo teams, Rowana is definitely a must-have for sure. But yeah, I think I covered most of it. I covered the way to beat Aiden. You run Protset Rowana plus 250 Charlotte plus Caesarea, right? G-Perk is Politis, 240 Jacko, and Rowana. And for Christie is 250 Charlotte, Caesarea, and effectiveness Rowana. So I guess you kind of need to have 2 Rowana builds, but I mean, that's the way to beat it, right? But yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this little analysis video on how to beat Zeo traps. If you found it helpful, leave a like. Let me know down in the comments. And as always, I appreciate y'all watching. See ya, boys.